Hi everyone. On Monday, I mentioned that next week we would be starting a new Zoom schedule. So in this video, I am going to show you our new schedules and show you what has changed and walk you through it. So the reason that we're changing our Zoom schedule, now that we're farther into the year, we are ready to kind of extend our Zoom times. If you remember way back at the beginning of the year, I told you that we were starting out with a certain amount of minutes on Zoom together, and our goal was that we were going to build up to students being on Zoom for a longer amount of time. So now that we have gone through, almost a trimester and a half of school, I think students are more than ready to extend their Zoom times and spend a little bit more time on Zoom learning as a class. So I've extended some of our whole class Zoom times, and then in order to make everything kind of fit and work, I had to just adjust and kind of swap out some things in the order of some of our classes. So there's a few big changes, but the main kind of order of things hasn't changed. And our start time and our end time will, of course, stay the same as well. So I'm going to walk you through these changes in this video, and then I will, of course, send you a copy of the schedule too for you to refer to. And then I will be sending home a physical copy of the schedule with the next material pickup. And it'll be the same little schedule that your student has on their Chromebook now that they got at the beginning of the year. So it'll be a little orange or a green card depending on what grade they're in, and you can just swap it out for the old one. So I'm going to show you the schedule. This is kind of the basic schedule right here. So I'll kind of walk you through some of the bigger changes in our schedule, and then I will show you a more detailed version of it after. Okay, so the orange square is the kindergarten schedule. The green square is the TK schedule. The start time is still going to be 9 o'clock, so we'll start our day on Zoom at 9 o'clock. And remember, when you're looking at this schedule, the little icon here, that means if that's a time your student is expected to be on Zoom, that is a whole group Zoom class. So from 9 to 9:45, we will do our morning meeting, and we'll do some reading instruction too. So that's kind of the first big change. We have been doing 9 to 9:30 for our first whole group Zoom. So now we're going to extend that time. So now we'll be doing the morning meeting from 9 to 9:45. And that means reading groups will be from 9:45 to 10:45. So that's when your student does their ELA playlist. And then there's 15 minutes during that time in which they meet with me on Zoom. And then now we're gonna do our recess and snack right after reading group. So from 10:45 to 11, they'll have a break for recess, have a snack, go to the bathroom, whatever they need to do. And then when we come back at 11, from 11 to 11:20, we'll do our writing Zoom. So it's a little bit earlier than we have been doing it. We were, right now in our schedule, we start our Zoom at 11:20. So now we're going to be starting at 11 for writing. And then we'll have writing after that. And then we'll do our Seesaw or /ELD block from 11:40 to 12:10. So that's a little bit different. We had been doing that right after our reading group time. So now it's going to be after writing from 11:40 to 12:10. Now this is kind of one of the bigger changes, lunchtime. We have been doing lunch from 12 to 12:50. That lines up with the kindergarten schedule, but I've kind of realized as we've gone through the year, it makes more sense for us to be aligned with the other distance learning classes, because I know some of you have older siblings, and so it just makes more sense for all of them to have the same lunchtime. So we're going to start doing lunch from 12:10 to 1 o'clock. So that'll be our lunchtime, and that will still include my office hours. So from 12:40 to 1 o'clock, you can log on Zoom and ask me any questions that you need to. After lunch, we'll do our Zoom lessons. The main difference with the Zoom lessons is that they're going to be longer. So now students will be on Zoom for math for 25 minutes instead of 20 minutes. So first we'll go kindergarten. So kindergartners will come back for their math Zoom at 1 o'clock. TK during that time will be working on their math work on their own. And then TK math, TKs will come for math at 1:25. So from 1:25 to 1:50 will be the TK math Zoom. And then after that, both grades will be working on ST math and then PE. So main differences are the lunch times and recess times. Recess is going to be from 10:45 to 11, and lunch is going to be from 12:10 to 1 o'clock. So there is going to be some, different times that your student will have to be on Zoom. It's going to be a little different, and we'll just adjust. I don't expect it to go perfectly the first day. So we'll just try our best. Next week will be kind of like our practice run. We'll, get the hang of the new schedule and new start times and give each other all grace with that. So I wanted to show you the kind of more detailed breakdown of our schedule. So, and this, you will have a copy of this as well. So this kind of shows you the times and then gives you exactly, what your student is expected to be doing. So if there is a Zoom symbol in this column, that means that is a time that your student should be on Zoom. If you see a little pencil, the pencil means there is independent work that your student should be doing. So either their ELA packet or their writing assignment or their math assignment, and then also shows you what computer programs they should be using. So we have our 9 to 9:45 is our morning meeting and reading instruction. That's on Zoom together. Then 9:45 and 10:45 will break into our groups for ELA playlists. So it'll be the same order. So green group, purple group, orange group, red group. But since we're starting 15 minutes later, the time that your student will be with me for reading groups will be different. And we'll talk more about that when we do our reading groups for the first time next week. So recess will be from 10:45 to 11. At 11 o'clock, your student is expected to be back on Zoom for writing. So there's a Zoom picture there for our whole group writing lesson. And then, let's see if there you can see my face. There we go. And then from 11:20 to 11:40 is the writing time when your student is working independently on their writing. During this time, I also will be meeting with small groups. So if your student needs to meet with me, I will let you know. But there will be different days that I meet with different groups. So I will let you know if during that time your student should be on Zoom with me. And then after writing time, we'll do our Seesaw time from 11:40 to 12:10. So that's when your student will go on Seesaw and complete their activities on Seesaw. If your student is in my ELD group, this is when they will meet with me for ELD. So you will know if your student needs to be with me for my designated ELD group. After that, it'll be lunchtime. So from 12:10 to 1, it'll be lunch. And then office hours will start at 12:40. So office hours from 12:40 to 1, you can log on to Zoom to ask me questions or talk to me about something. It's just a time that you can meet with me during the school day. If you need to meet with me, you're just going to log in through your student's Zoom and then just type into the chat, "Hi, Mrs. Weinstein, I'm here to talk to you," and I'll let you in. And then after math, after lunch, we'll start math at 1 o'clock with kinders. So kinders will be on Zoom while TKs are doing their math work from 1 to 1:25. And then 1:25 to 1:50, we'll swap. So TK will come on Zoom for their math lesson, and then kinders will work on their math pages. And then at 1:50, when math lessons are over, all students will work on ST Math. And during that time, I will be meeting with math small groups. So I will let you know if your student needs to meet with me during that time for small group math help. And then after that, from 2, and actually I can change this because now this is going to be 2:10 to 2:30. We'll do PE. The PE links are in our virtual classroom. If you click on the rug or the yoga mat, it'll take you to either yoga videos or exercise dance videos on GoNoodle, so they can use that for their PE time. And then that's the end of the school day at 2:30. After school, I'm always available on Zoom as well. So same thing, you can log in and just type into the chat that you wanted to talk to me and we can chat. So that's our new schedule. I know that was a lot of information. You will have a copy of this, and we will be starting this new schedule next week, Tuesday, because we don't come to school on Monday. So it'll be January 19th. We will start this new schedule. If you have any questions about it at all, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll just do our best next week. I understand, we might forget that one of the times have changed, and we'll, just have to get used to it. So we'll give us some time, but I'm looking forward to your students being on Zoom for more time throughout the day. I think they're really ready for it, and I think it'll really help with their learning. All right, thank you so much for watching.